Greetings and welcome to the 2023 GatherVerse Summit. I'm Dr. James Hutson from Lindenwood University, and I'm so glad that I'm able to join you here today virtually for a great discussion on the human experience in the metaverse. More specifically, what we have seen with generative AI, ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion, and many more proliferating. The question comes up again and again as to what actually makes us human and what is our role in the future of using these emerging technologies to support us, especially with regards to health and wellness. So this specific short presentation addresses some of the main ways in which the metaverse, through digital humanism, can be purposefully designed to support, once again, mental health and wellness. And not working against generative AI, but with the potentials opened up and provided by generative AI, especially in creative tools. First off, we need to think about in the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0, how we need to recenter human experience and what it means to be human. As so many tasks will be automated, we can use these explicit characteristics of the metaverse, specifically the abilities to engage and affect the human experience by way of presence, immersion, and interactivity provided by these immersive experiences. We can use it in a number of contexts, and there are so many case studies, I cannot name them all, but for instance, we recently saw scholarship published on the ability to use VR in place of anesthesia, which of course is going to avoid many of those complications that can arise, especially for those that are allergic or have adverse reactions to it. We know that it's used in substance abuse treatment, and also as a recent study that I just put out shows, it can also be used for the treatment of mitigating certain responses of those with ASD or those with autism, or those that are neurodiverse. So specifically, if we look at what the metaverse can do for this, it can provide a safe, comfortable, and reassuring environment for all types of medical and mental health treatment. And if we design them appropriately and thoughtfully with the human at the center through digital humanism, we can ensure that we are using the metaverse in an ethical way to improve the quality of life, especially for marginalized populations, those with limited mobility, the elderly, those with cognitive processing disorders or sensory processing disorders, and so on. And what we're opening up the possibilities to now with generative AI, with tools produced by OpenAI and others, are going to allow for more creative expression, which is a hindrance for many right now. So in VR for Good, we have many examples of this, of how VR is currently being used to offset, once again, Alzheimer's and dementia, to allow people to see their grandchildren if they are not able to travel or have limited mobility. So it provides greater accessibility and equality to many populations that otherwise are limited, both physically, psychologically, mentally, cognitively, etc. So as far as health and wellness is concerned, I want to really foreground the potential for the use of XR, immersive experiences, virtual reality for therapeutic purposes. Now, this is primarily limited to clinical settings now, but needs to expand beyond that, especially in the realm of art therapy, because we find that art therapy is one of the most effective types of therapy, because it taps into something which is innately human, that is our need to create. But most people feel as though they don't have the skills to create or the tools. They would need to take a painting class, or they would need to learn how to do ceramics. But now these generative AI tools, which are able to remove that barrier, are going to allow for these two different technologies to work in tandem to support people. That's why in my recent article on the role of virtual reality in autism therapy in art therapy for autism spectrum disorder, I look at how this can be used, especially with children and those on the spectrum, to provide a safer, more comfortable environment whereby they can be an avatar, thus removing the need for them to mask and or these other behaviors which are going to limit how impactful these therapeutic processes can be, and allow them to create, not limited by their own environment and what they have around them, but limitless possibilities in this way. The art therapist at the same time can be in any location, thus we don't have to take an individual who is uncomfortable in different places to a clinical environment. They can be in their home, in a comfortable environment, and they can be any avatar they want, and they can also have the art therapist be any avatar that they want, their favorite character, anything that they could possibly imagine. And thus we can move more quickly and make more progress as we move through the process of art therapy. For more information on this and the use cases for VR for good and health and wellness, you can contact me at jhutson@lindenwood.edu or 636-949-4863. Have a great day.